So coming off of making the animated exploded view, we have this all fully kind of dissected here. Now we're going to go from animation to drawing, which we've done before, but we're going to now, because we have an animation that shows how everything goes together, we're going to go drawing from animation. This gap might be kind of large, so try to keep the gaps not too big, just because we want to be able to actually see it on the piece of paper. So I did a drawing from animation. I'm choosing sheet size B just because this is going to be kind of a bit more like blown out. We're not printing this drawing, so I'm not too concerned with paper sizing, but just do paper size B. I do want a landscape. I'm just going to make life a little bit easier. I think this lends itself better to kind of landscape. So if you've ever done an assembly from a set of directions, you'll have received something that looks kind of like this. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Whatever paper size you're using, do actually try to use the extent of the paper, but like this is not going to work because that's going to be too big. I could try to shift it, but we need to leave ourselves some room. Try to stick to whole numbers here. Okay, so I'll go with this, and then it should get a little prettier. There we go. So it goes a little bit nicer. Right here there is a table, and this is an automatic table, and I love this. If you did everything in the previous steps, what you should get is all the parts labeled and the materials explained. So I did want you to try to change some of them. At the very least, as far as for points on this, I do want the brass tubes to be labeled as brass. And then everything else is, we can call it steel, except for the handles. So those ones, let me change these ones. So this will be how you change it. So a couple of things. It's called component 10 and 11. Nothing should be just called component, and the material is wrong. So let me go back to the actual file, back to the design. So if I click on, let's see, that is, so what did I say, 10 and 11? Oh, you know what? Those are the ones that were invisible. So where are the handles? Pen part 1. Quantity 2. Let's see here. So if I go to the body and I go physical material, it's going to ignore the texture there for a bit. So the physical material, again, is not what it looks like necessarily. It's what it's made of. So technically these are made out of PLA. I don't know if PLA is on the list of materials. PVC. No, it would be somewhere in here. So as long as we call it some type of plastic, I'll be okay with that. So I'll just call it ABS. Is ABS there? Yeah. So ABS, we can call that. And then that took on the same material. Somehow those got linked. Now you notice it goes back to the color because there's two different things about a material that it will be paying attention to. One is the material. One is the appearance. So the appearance is this orange color because I was trying to match the plastic that I was intending on using. But now if I save this, say OK, this is going to give me an error message and then an asterisk and all this stuff. There's this little link button up here. If you click on that, it should update stuff and stuff should kind of shift a little bit. So now I can see that's updated. Now I don't like that name, so I'll go back again to my design. I can't remember why it was called that. If you double click on the name, a double left click, it should come up. So I'll just call this pen handles. If yours are 1, which they should be, I'm actually not sure why mine are being weird here. Again, I get the error message because I updated it, and then I did this. It's only going to give you that error message if you hit save. Now you will have your other ones in the list here, so like I can see those are the ones that are hidden. Let's see if we can modify this. So let me double click on my table. Okay, so I do want the names, I want the material. The quantity for all of yours really should be 1. Let's see, table direction, all levels, first levels. Alright, never mind. We'll just leave it. But try to make sure everything has a name. So I probably should go back in and just like give these names, because these are the ones I didn't use. So like pen handle 1, pen handle 2. So at least I can see what they are. And you can even go here, even though it's not visible, It's still letting me go in. You have to go to the actual body, so down into the file list to find the body. Physical material. I should probably turn them back on so I can actually target them. And then I made the other ones ABS. I'll just make these handles ABS. We'll just pretend ABS. Plastic is what we use to print, which we could have. It's just a different material that we just don't tend to print with. And I'll hit save. If you don't hit save, it won't give you this option to update. Go over here. Gives me a warning again. Hit the chain link. Hit the chain link. Okay, cool. I think I dragged the wrong one, but I'm going to look for yours are correct. So for what I'm looking for with this view, so this is the exploded view with parts. So it's an annotated exploded view. These are the annotations. This is our parts. I want to see that your brass tube is brass, that all your parts have names, and that your pen handles are a type of plastic. Yours should not be marble, so I wouldn't advise you trying to screenshot mine. Do your own, and then make it so your handles are actually plastic. When you're done, there's an export PDF button. Use that because it's going to give you the highest quality version of this drawing, and that PDF is what you'll submit for the annotated exploded view. And that's it.